Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about BB24 because I'm pretty sure I heard the F word in that episode. We got a great HOH happening at the end. Lots to talk about.
Yes, lots to talk about. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Join us if you'd like. Join
Please.
us.
I think you would like it.
Hello. Before we dive into tonight's eviction episode, we talked on Monday about hearing that Monty didn't make it to the veto, didn't get to play. And then we saw it.
We saw him get up out of bed.
Yeah.
Brush his teeth. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Look around for his shoes.
Yeah.
Cooked an omelet. Folded
he
some
said,
clothes.
I'm a Taurus and I have a routine. When he said routine, I was like, oh man, earth signs.
Yeah.
Love their routines. You may not just wake them up and tell them to be somewhere. Not going to happen. And so it didn't happen. Monty didn't make it.
Didn't. No, he was close. It was
he
like
was not that far
hand
back.
on the sliding door when it was like, you did not make it. But he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And he got out there and he was like, oh, wow. You were serious about this.
Yeah.
And also they were like, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Like it wasn't like you have 2 minutes and we're not going to say anything to you until the 2-minute mark. There were reminders along the way. So
yeah, they were counting you down. He was like, oh, you meant like actually 2 minutes, not like roughly 2 minutes ish.
Like ASAP. You didn't mean ASAP. Okay. Well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to Thursday's eviction episode.
Do it. So we're basically like, seeing the campaigning starting, right? We're like, we open with like Alyssa being like, Taylor, like whatever you got to do, you got to do. Like, I totally understand. Work, it's a game campaign, blah, blah, blah. So then we go to Alyssa and Turner are up first, right? And Alyssa is like, Turner, Taylor, she could write a speech like that, right? In a snap.
Yes.
And I'm dog crap. I've just been dragged along. I have done nothing in this game. You don't need to worry about me, Turner. And he's like, I would like to keep you, but I just don't know if I can make Monty break a tie. So
he's like, I don't want to piss off Monty, but sure. No, your pitch is great. Taylor's a great speaker, got a great story. Alyssa can't speak without crying. These are all facts. As Turner likes to say. But he's telling us, I ain't doing that. Even though it's really good for my game, I'm not doing it. No.
Well, then
let's get into Brittany. Oh, sweet Brittany. Wait, do you have something
you're just going to skip over?
Oh, did I not take any notes?
Are you just going to skip over the HOH bedroom scene, Sarah, that lasted for 40 minutes? You took 0 notes. Sarah said,
notes. Obviously,
Sarah's like, you know what? I got to go brush my teeth. I got to take a bathroom break. I'm going to play Monty getting downstairs with a veto, and I'm just going to excuse myself for this entire showman segment.
No, you know what? Actually, I do have a Brittany note, and then I did actually take notes. That Brittany can't stay up as late. This starts us off, right?
Okay,
she can't stay up as late.
Yes.
She wasn't a part of the sleepover. And then they're like, oh, Taylor's like, we've always been close friends.
Have you?
Where are your earbuds, David? I hear myself.
Oh, really? Oh, should I run and grab them? I normally don't need them.
Yes, it's so loud. I'm gonna talk about some things while you're gone, though.
Okay.
You guys, when she was like, we've been good friends, I was like, can you cut together the receipts of all the trash that Monty has talked about her? No, they don't give us that. Then she says, I'm gonna play possum and see if he pounces. Then we get the heat of the bear and some Barry White music. And oh Lord, I just was cringing and watching. I was not watching. David, did you
Can you
hear
hear
any of
yourself?
that?
Oh,
No,
I
thank
heard
you.
it all. Can you hear yourself?
No, no, thank you.
And
Thank
you
you for
can hear
doing
me?
this. Yeah, you sound amazing.
You actually sound really nice in my ears with these
Oh,
AirPods. I should wear these all the time.
yes, David, you
Yeah.
should.
But yeah, I heard all that. I heard Taylor being like, "Mama's horny." She was like, "Monty, I want to climb those tree trunks of legs you got walking in front of me on the spiral staircase." And then she's like, "I'm
No.
cold. I'm cold." And he's like, "Come get this heat, Mama.
The bear heat.
Get it."
Heat of
Yeah.
the bear.
Oh my
Oh, it
God. They
was
have this
too much. It was
It
too
was so
much,
good, and
y'all.
then they, like, have their little sleepover, and Alyssa's like, "Where is everybody? I'm just gonna go upstairs. Are they all up there?" And she barges in,
Oh my
and
God,
Taylor
Alyssa had no idea what she walked in on.
truly,
What? Let me turn on the light. What's going? Why? It's 2 p.m. What are y'all doing?
"Where's Turner?
Turner.
Turner?" And they're like, I don't think he's in here." And then
Uh,
she, like, goes down to the bathroom, and she's like, "Brittany,
Brittany.
Turner wasn't in there. Where is Turner?" And Brittany's like, "Oh Lord, here we go.
Brittany's like, my
Oh
game
Lord."
is going down the shower drain right now.
Brittany standing nude in the shower, hair in a messy bun, and just looks defeated. She's like, "Are you kidding me right now?
She's
Another
like, no,
showmance
I can't.
at final 5."
Can't do it. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize they were going to put it on the show. Like it has happened this week. Uh, it's happening. People have opinions. And then when Julie at the top was like, in a last minute showmance, I was like, oh my, are they going to show it? And then
Of
they
course.
did a whole package.
Sarah, as
David.
if the producers of Big Brother are not going to show a showmance. They
They
eat
do.
that
Love
crap
it.
up.
They love it.
Oh my
Taylor's
Lord.
like, oh, it's the slow burn that you wanted, America, or something like that. And we were like,
No,
no,
I didn't
we
ask
didn't
for that.
actually ask for it.
Mhm.
Oh, what happened to Joseph? She said, sorry, Joseph. She said, bye-bye, Joseph. You had your chance.
Joseph,
He made
who?
no moves.
Yeah.
Joseph who? Exactly.
Well, then it's like it goes from Taylor loving up on Monty to Taylor like screaming about how much she loved Michael in the kitchen. And Brittany is just staring herself in the mirror in the bathroom, listening to them be like,
Oh,
Michael is a legend. We are
Michael,
so lucky to have known
legend.
him. I
Yes.
love that man. And Brittany's like, wow, I'm right here. And I guess you loved watching me look like an idiot in the double eviction.
Yeah. Yeah. She is so emotional, feels like such a dummy listening to them go through it all. And Alyssa's like, oh, I'm, I'm,
Oh,
I'm here for you.
she
Britt,
sees an opportunity.
you in a bad place, Britt? What?
Brit-
I could maybe help you.
oh, Brittany, are you in one of those moods where if you talk about it, you'll cry? And Brittany's like, yeah. And oh, I get it, girl.
I
I've
get
been,
it.
you know, I'm Alyssa. I
Oh, we know
always
you
cry.
cry. Yep.
I always cry. It's okay to cry. And so Brittany's like, Alyssa, I can't help you this week. My vote, it doesn't count. Monty
It's
and
not up to
Turner
me.
are going to do what they do. And I'm just out over here. I'm just by myself.
Alyssa's like, wait, that doesn't compute. What?
Right. She's
What
like,
are
wait a
you
minute.
saying? That your vote? Wait, Turner? Then we see the math.
Right. And then I love Brittany, like, make him choose.
Yeah.
Make him
Make
choose,
him
Alyssa.
choose.
So
Yes.
Alyssa's like, Turner, let's talk.
Yeah. So let's just pause here before we go into this conversation because
Okay.
Brittany and Alyssa, they did do a lot of work this week. So Taylor was real busy upstairs. she might have given Brittany and Alyssa a lot more room than she
Mm,
realized she was
mm,
doing.
yep.
They had plenty of time together to concoct some plans. And so part of that was for Brittany to act like, I've already told Alyssa I would never vote Taylor out. Alyssa knows this. So it's really on Turner, right? And so she has to go to Turner and sort of pitch it that way in hopes that that makes Turner and Monty not realize that they're actually concocting plans together. Okay,
Sure.
cut
Sure.
back. Alyssa and Turner.
Listen, Turner. And she's like, Turner, you know, basically what she says to us, right, is like, I'm going to get him to throw me a sympathy vote or
Yeah,
something.
right.
So then she turns on the waterworks and she's like, I just don't know if I can be your friend if you're lying to me. And she's like, and you actually you already did lie to me because you said you'd never put me up and then you did put me up. So you've already gone back on your word once. And if you did it again, I don't know. I don't know what I would do, Turner.
She's emotional, as an Alyssa will be, but she is laying it on thick of like, oh, we can I will die for you. You're my best
I
friend.
will
I
die for you.
I don't think I can be friends with you if
Yeah.
you evict me. And he's like, no, no, we can still be friends. And she's like, no. And then you just see him like detach. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, you cray, girl.
He's like, that's not gonna fly. You're
Yeah.
gonna threaten our friendship and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
also your jury vote. Is that
Yep.
what you're doing here? And she's like, Turner, you're my best friend in the whole world. And I'm like, Alyssa, wow, you are laying it on too thick here. Best friend in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think she feels it. She's a Scorpio. She's a water sign. She feels things intensely.
Oh my
She
God.
is emotional, and I think she genuine. I mean, he's lying unnecessarily. Like he's lying to her about like, I would never lie to you. I would never take you out. Like he never once gave her a heads up. He never pretended like he was thinking about it or considering it. Like he lied unnecessarily to her,
Mhm.
which is why I love that Brittany like kind of scooped in there and was like, then I'm going to frame all of this on Turner and just kind of pull Alyssa away from Turner a little bit and try to
Yeah.
damage Turner's game. And I don't hate it because they're all
Nope.
playing really messy. Like Turner's making the worst move for his game
Yeah,
and
truly.
then burning a jury vote at the
I
same
know.
time. Like
All
what?
for Monty. All
All
because
for
he's afraid
Monty.
of women. Let's say it, Sarah.
Whoop. Maybe. I don't know. But it wasn't the right move for you, Turner. But okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Let's talk. Let's have some speeches. It was like 30 minutes in, and we're like already getting to the vote, David.
I loved it because I was
Love
like, that
it.
means we're getting the HOH. I want to see it. Show me all of it. So the speeches are like, no drama, really. It's pretty
No.
straightforward. I was more like, not disturbed. I was more taken by the harnesses that Turner was wearing on his
Oh, and
pants.
his
Did you
legs.
notice that?
I did. I was like, "What is this?" But,
Like, what
he
is
has,
that fashion choice?
fashion
But
choices that I don't, know,
yeah.
so I assume it's
Then
hip somewhere.
were you surprised by the split vote?
No, because this was kind of what Brittany was doing. So
Yeah.
she, was trying to get Turner to do a sympathy vote, to
Yeah.
think, oh, Alyssa needs a sympathy vote from a friend. It's safe because Brittany's not voting Taylor out. And so she was on one hand trying to flip the vote, but when Turner was like, no, I'm not gonna do the sympathy vote, then Brittany switched it and was like, well, if I then give Alyssa the sympathy vote, I have proven that Turner won't do it and that I would do it. And she also wanted Monty to have the blood
To
on
break
his
the tie.
hands
Okay.
of breaking the tie. So she did it strategically. I know a lot of people were scared because they just want Taylor to be safe, but she knew
Not
that
me.
Turner and Monty were going to keep Taylor, and that so she was just doing it to set them up.
Interesting. And I guess it doesn't hurt her game anymore than she's already alone.
Exactly.
Like, she's not like burning
she has no one.
These people.
Literally playing from the bottom. So it changes nothing for her.
I'll be honest. I mean, I don't have anything against Taylor, but God, that would have been good if she went home tonight. That
oh my God.
would have been drama.
Well, it would have been drama. I don't think it would be good because honestly.
Come on. Good dramatic TV.
It would have been dramatic. It would have been crazy. I would have had to give Brittany some credit for that because taking Taylor out is a big move.
Yes.
But I mean, at this point, Taylor deserves to win this season. So
yeah, sure.
If she doesn't win, I might actually be annoyed. But yes, it would have been dramatic and crazy.
Yeah.
I'm down for a messy vote.
That would have been wild.
I quite enjoyed the messy vote. But Monty is going to have to stand up there and evict Alyssa in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And when she's sitting out with Julie and she gets the goodbye messages, Monty's message is all like, oh man, I really wanted you here next week.
So sorry.
But I guess it didn't work out that way. Oh, that plays differently when you were the one who did it.
It does, doesn't it? So,
well
yeah.
I mean, Alyssa doesn't.
She doesn't seem to be bothered by Monty, though. Like, despite that message, what she says to Julie is like, yeah, Monty's fine. Like, whatever. We just were never really close in the game. I totally get it. I am annoyed with Turner and I'm pissed. And I honestly feel like that may play into her decision as a juror if he ends up in the final two.
Exactly. So, I mean, whatever that first question was from Julie, she was like, oh yeah, I really like Brittany. I think she was trying to help me. And now I'm mad at Turner. And I was like, this is exactly what Brittany was setting up.
Yep.
Like Turner takes the heat for a lot of this.
Yeah. And I really liked that Taylor exposed the gentleman's agreement. Because that just like adds another layer to it, you know?
Yeah. So. And Brittany had already told Alyssa that during the week of like, they have this agreement. So Taylor putting that in the goodbye message just solidifies, yes, this is absolutely what happened. They both knew about it. You were a goner. It wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's where I thought I heard the F word. You apparently didn't hear it. Chat, did y'all hear it? I could have sworn that Julie said to Alyssa, we'll see you back here on finale night where you'll help crown a winner of BB24. And she goes, absolutely.
What?
And I swear it was unbeeped. I swear I heard it, but maybe I misheard. Maybe my
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat? Anybody when this catches up? Tell me if you heard
it. But, you know, I often am taking notes and I miss things. And at some point, Julie was like, we're going to play an HOH and then talk to the house guests. And I was like, okay, great. So I'm going to step away when she talks to the house guests. So I was already planning my future at that point.
Oh,
and absafriggin', you dirty dog, David.
Yeah, that's right. I heard the naughty version.
You just heard the naughty version.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, but I misheard. So then we go to HOH.
Yes, we actually get to see an HOH play out, you guys. And this was tense.
I loved this video of Julie dancing. I loved every second. I wanted it to go on for 10 more minutes. I loved Zingbot. I loved the TikTok trends. I was like, this has got to come back, please. This is incredible.
I love that you loved it. Twitter was actually loving it, and they never love anything.
No, they don't.
So, but I didn't love it. I was just like,
what?
I guess I was playing the game, right? Okay, so I was like I was like, what do I memorize? Okay, dress, pants. Oh, wait, this is too long. Now I'm stressed out. And I was like, what is this? That was mine. I didn't enjoy it, apparently. I missed out.
It was so fun, I thought.
I should have just sat back and enjoyed the ride.
And I think Turner was on the same page as you, Sarah. He was stressed. Once he realized that he had to pick out what a woman was wearing and what color it was, he was like, I don't pay
No.
attention to that.
No, well, the first question was like, how many times did she snap?
Yeah.
And I
that
was
tough.
like, oh, that's what I was supposed to memorize? I'm like, green dress, purple sequins, pantsuit. Like, how many things can you memorize
Yeah.
in like a 10-minute
I mean, I think
video?
for the most, I think snapping was the only thing that wasn't clothing. I think everything else. So you probably would have done fine, Sarah, but everything else seemed to have to do with the clothing and the colors. But I did wonder, hard. There was one where she said like, oh, I was wearing red pants when I was holding the gold curtain or whatever. And I was thinking, oh no, she was wearing a red dress. And I wondered if it was going to be some like different, but it mostly had to do with like patterns and colors rather than like, was I wearing capris or was I wearing culottes? You know, it wasn't that.
You're like, what? No, when she said I was wearing pink pants, I was like, oh, I don't think they were pink. I know
thought they were white too.
Yeah, I thought it was like an off-white, like maybe a cream or something. I definitely knew she was wearing pants, but I was like, no, they weren't pink. And so I said false, and it was supposed to be true. I was like, those were pink.
I know.
Y'all.
I've been saying it for years. The color stuff is not fair, you guys.
It's not.
Patterns, I'm all about it. Colors, not so much.
Get
but
it.
Taylor and Brittany end up Turner took the early lead, right? He got one.
He did.
It was like he was a point ahead, and I was
like, and he was just guessing. Like each time he was like.
And remember, I think it was on the double eviction or one of them, he just kept guessing and getting them right. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen again. And we're getting another predictable end.
I was like, he's got some really good guides that like just give him information when he's like, I don't know, what is it? And then he just has the right guess, right?
Yeah.
There are those people. But it catches up with him.
Oh, thank God.
Then Brittany and Taylor.
Ladies pull ahead.
Coming in. And I'm like, yes, I don't care which one wins. I want one of them. Not here for another Turner HOH. Not here for it.
No, not here for that. I'm personally rooting for Brittany. But there was a moment, I forget if it was like second to last question or very last question, where Brittany had the wrong answer and Taylor and Turner had it right. And I was like, no, Brittany, like, change it. And then she did change it. And it's just, there's always those moments in between, like, I need an answer. And then answers are locked where I'm like, leave it. Don't change it, you know? So Brittany ended up tying with Taylor. And then they had to do the tiebreaker, you know, how many seconds, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was an interesting insight into that clock veto competition. Taylor guessed 480 seconds.
But completely guessed. She was doing no math.
I was going to say, that's 8 minutes. I was like, did she really think that comp was that short?
She was so confused.
Yeah.
When we go to a tiebreaker and it turns out it's a veto, Brittany won. I'm like,
I know.
Brittany's got this in the bag. Like,
that's what I thought.
And we see her like immediately doing math. Whereas Taylor's like, what comp was that? I mean, that was the one that they were woken up for, right?
They just played
the veto.
It was the most recent comp. Yeah, but it's literally the last comp they played.
That's true. That was the last comp they played, but they were asleep. So Taylor was like, I wasn't awake for this. I don't remember. She has very little concept of seconds to minutes, apparently, because she just writes down 8 minutes. And but Brittany just went so far over. And when I heard the answer, I was like, girl, you were way off.
Way wrong.
I thought you had this.
Yeah, Taylor was closer than Brittany was.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I wanted Brittany to win because Brittany is ultimate chaos.
Max chaos.
So, I mean, Taylor is still a little bit of chaos. I love that it's not Turner, right? Because I did not want a scenario where it's Monty and Turner winning out till the end. Boring, right? So thrilled that Taylor won. But to me, like, Brittany or Taylor have to win the veto.
Have to.
In order for Brittany to be in the final 3 next week. Yeah. So it's potentially, you know, very predictable. But I thought if Brittany won HOH, there are many different things that could still happen. And even if, you know, one of the guys won the veto and pulled themselves off and Taylor went up, there's still a chance that Taylor would end up in the final three. I just want one of the guys to
Oh,
go
I
home.
see.
That's what
I
I'm
see.
gunning
Right.
for, you know?
You're saying, yeah, there's a chance that Taylor can still stay, whereas like the odds of Brittany staying are
Very
none
low.
unless she wins veto.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. Yeah, look, I know that Taylor and Brittany's relationship is on the rocks this week. I mean,
Yeah.
Taylor was over Brittany getting caught in those lies last week, and she really kind of pulled away. And as we
And
saw, she
Brittany just
pulled
voted to evict her.
and Brittany was like, "Oh, I see you pulling away. I see you with Monty. I'm gonna do this little move." Yep. So their relationship is definitely on the rocks, but Taylor knows she has to drag Brittany to the end. That is
Yeah.
a sure win for Taylor. And
Yep.
Taylor is more than happy to cut Monty, or at least she was last week. We'll see. I mean, they're going to have a second week in the HOH privacy
Yeah.
suite this week.
Mm-hmm.
That final two with Brittany might start to slip away if
Right.
she gets distracted.
Well, okay, so let's play out some scenarios, shall we?
Yeah.
Taylor wins HOH. Do you think if she wins veto, she leaves? Okay, let's say she nominates the guys, Turner and Monty. You don't think so?
I'm worried she's going to put Britt up as a like, well, you just voted me out, so.
Huh. I guess she could do that because ultimately, like, this is the week where you get to say it doesn't matter who the noms are. It's all about who wins veto. So, well, let's say she puts
either way,
nominates whoever. Do you think she wouldn't change the noms, Taylor, if she won veto?
Well, if she wins veto, I do think she will protect Brittany. If she has complete control, I think she'll protect Brittany because she still knows that she needs to drag Brittany to the end.
Okay.
Initial noms, though, does she want to save face with Monty? Like, before this vote thing happened, she could easily be like, "Oh, you just threw me up, Monty. I'm going to throw you up. I know we're doing our thing,
yeah.
But that's what we do. We put each other up. It's all good. Still love you. She could play that off.
Yeah.
I wonder if she will be, now it's a little different because Britt did this vote thing, so she could go either way, right? But I do think if she has control at the end of the week, she will.
If I were her and I wanted to protect Brittany, I would not nominate her then. Because if you're winning veto as the HOH and then pulling Brittany off the block and backdooring somebody, it gets pretty dirty comparatively, So let's say Taylor throws up both of the guys. You think she would potentially save Brittany. Who do you think Brittany votes out? Do you think it's Monty because she wants to be close to Taylor?
I think it's Monty now. It was Turner for weeks, but Monty spoke. He had a little talk with Brittany this week where he made her feel real crappy. He kind of lorded himself over her, talked about all the things she did wrong in the game. How dare she not trust him and think he might have a final two with Turner. Like, unnecessary stuff, because guess what? You do have a final two with Turner. It was just like a little overboard, but what it did was made Brittany realize she does not have Monty. They are not working together. He said, like, I can't trust you, And so then she works hard to damage Turner's game. It's now in her mind, then I can out Monty and Turner, he doesn't have Alyssa's vote. I don't think he has Joseph's vote. Like, she can start counting votes that he's lost.
Yep.
So I think that's where she is right now. Turner's won more comps than Monty. I don't know. They could change their mind if she talks Taylor. But Rick, thank you for this super chat. And can you guys believe it? Taylor is guaranteed in the finale. And do we remember week 1?
She was going to be gone. She was headed out the door. No one could say anything nice about her. No one wanted to work with her. They kept putting her on the block. And the girl is going to final 3. Insane. It would
So
be
happy for that part.
such a huge story if she landed in those final 2 chairs. I don't know how you don't give her the win, really, if she does. Which I think means she should be a target, but that's another conversation. I know everybody loves Taylor and they don't want her to go, but I'm like, if I'm in the game, get her out of here. She's like too much of a lock to win, I think.
She's a lock socially, but Monty's a lock for other reasons. Like, I don't think Taylor and Monty can sit next to each other and there's a clear winner. I think that's a tough call.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Am I giving Monty too much credit?
Well, I'm just trying to think about what Monty, like Taylor has 2 HOHs. Monty has 2 HOHs. Like, did he have like way more comp wins than her? I don't know. That would be interesting. That would be a really compelling final 2 for sure.
Oh, that's a very compelling final 2. And that's why I don't think that she should do it, because I think that's a close one where people can just be like, oh, but I worked with Monty closer. So I'll go that way. Because they both have a few comps wins and they both had great social games. All right. Which one do you go with? I would have said Turner has a great chance of winning, except that he has horrible jury management. He has ruined quite a few relationships. So I'm not sure that he actually gets the votes in the end.
I know. I feel like he should have done a better job with his goodbye messages and the strategy in those.
Yeah.
But so we're thinking it's either, because I think if either of the guys are placing the vote next week, it's Brittany who's going to go home.
Yeah, for sure.
If Brittany places the vote, then it's maybe Monty, but could switch. Interesting. Well, love that Taylor's in the final 3, in terms of I like her and I would love to see her win for many reasons. But I was rooting for my gal Brittany because she's on my draft and I wanted those points.
Yes.
And I wanted her to have a guaranteed spot in the final.
Yes. She can't get nominated. You will lose a point. Like, you need the Brittany points.
I know.
I'm out of it, you guys. I got no points.
Well, you're like ahead though. You have pretty good points. I'm still trying to make my way up to you.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. I'll take second place. Nobody else. No one else there. Oh, yes. Well, Endgame can sometimes be boring, but at least these people are making horrible choices and being very messy, and that at least is keeping us somewhat entertained here.
And at least there was not a Turner HOH.
That's helpful. That will make this a little bit more entertaining, and Brittany's got to win or Taylor's got to win and still be full on board with Brittany. I mean, Taylor, do not go to final 3 with Monty and Turner. Stop it.
Do not.
Stop that. Don't even consider it.
Not.
Jess had Michael, and so she is in a massive lead.
Yeah.
Even though he's out of the game, she's still in the lead.
She has like 18 points and you have 6 or something like that. I have like 4.
You have 4, and then like Chantel has
like
Taylor.
-1,000.
And she's been in the negatives the entire season because Taylor's been put on the block. But like at some point here, hopefully Taylor can get her out of the negatives and get her some points. But no, not going well. Well, you guys who joined us in the chat, thank you so much.
Yes.
Hanging out with us is fun. We really appreciate it.
We do. And if you're joining us later, let us know what you think about this week in the comments, what you think about Alyssa going home. What do you think about the jury? And like, are they going to be a better jury? We need another jury segment. I imagine we'll get one next week. But
I know there are rumors that Michael and Terrence were fighting in the jury house. I don't know if those rumors are true, but I want to see it.
Wow, I could see that.
Yeah, I can absolutely see it. That's why it might not be a spoiler if someone's just guessing, because that would be what I was guessing as well. That there would be quite some fights once Michael, Terrence, and Joseph, and Kyle, and everyone's in that house together. I'm sure there were some heated conversations.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we see that next week. There is not a Wednesday episode next week, but there is a Sunday. So David and I will be back on Monday to talk about that like usual, and all the spoilers from the weekend.
Yes.
So see you guys then.
All right. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.